Is the character 11 of Stranger Things a goner? What is up, y'all? We are back with another video. Today we'll be talking about some Stranger Things season 5, behind the scenes set photos we got, and some speculation with the character 11 and what could possibly happen. But before we get started, definitely smash the like button and let's try to get this video to 100 likes. And if it gets 100 likes, we dropping some more Stranger Things videos. So to get into it, we kind of get some updates with some pictures of the Wheeler's house, behind the scenes of the Wheeler's house. Now, these photos are just pictures that are very interesting because we've seen in season 4 that basically the earthquake or whatever that happened at the end, it jacked up the Wheeler's house. It really messed it up and stuff like that. We saw Karen Wheeler, giving away items from the house. It was just a messed up situation. But in this picture, we see that it is now back clean, fixed. Everything looks new. And we don't see too much of the Wheeler's house for real in the previous seasons, but it seemed like we're going to start seeing more of it in the final season. I think that's a very cool thing. And yeah, so overall these are some good pictures. We see that it looks very much just updated and new, nothing, no wear and tear, no issues with it. But yeah, I think that's very interesting seeing that after what happened in season 4. So that's very crazy to think that they ended up fixing this house. Obviously it's going to be some important stuff happening because they could have just left the house damaged, but obviously some important stuff is going to happen in this house from my knowledge of just seeing these pictures. But to get into some stuff that we have learned over the past few couple of days with Millie Bobby Brown in recent interviews, and basically in this first interview she talked about her knowing the ending for Stranger Things season 5.
It's like when we did the read-through, it was a little sad.
Yeah.
Because you know it's the last read-through.
Did you read the last script together?
Not yet.
Have you read the last script?
I know what's gonna happen.
She knows the ending, and saying that the table read was very much like emotional and sad because she knows that it's the final one and everything. And this is where Millie Bobby Brown kind of got really into filming and stuff for real. I know she did, I think, Grey's Anatomy or something when she was real young, but this is her bread and butter, Stranger Things. So I know it's very sad for her, final table reading stuff. Then we get another interesting interview with her talking about how she knows what's going to happen to her character, and it doesn't sound too promising for my favorite character, 11.
I know what happens to my character. I kind of forced myself into the writer's room. I just saw my ending and thought, oh.
Because she ends up going to, meet up with the Duffers and everything. She calls them and says, hey, I'm coming over. And she goes into this meeting room from my understanding, and she sees, a whiteboard, and she looks and she finds out what happens to her character, and she just says basically she knows what happens to her character now. It didn't seem like she was too excited. It was like it seems like she was okay with it, but it was almost like a saddened vibe that we got from Millie Bobby Brown. Yeah, I know what happens to my character. It was a whiteboard, and it seems like maybe possibly that Millie doesn't win the battle over Vecna, possibly. And I'm gonna say this, I told you guys, I think that either Will Byers will be a goner or 11, because first off, it starts with Will. The whole Stranger Things story started with Will being took to the upside down, and now we're finding out that Vecna's always been there. He's been a connection through everything. And to think about it, I'm gonna be honest, like I said, once again, 11 is my favorite character of Stranger Things. But when you sit here and think about everything, 11 is technically the new person in the group. Remember, they started off with Lucas, Dustin, Mike, Will, and that was their group. So 11 and Max are the new ones, but 11 is the superhero. 11 comes with issues. I'm gonna be honest, she comes with a lot of issues, you know, from Papa, the lab, now with Vecna, the Upside Down. She's basically like the vessel to a lot of the problems they've been dealing with, but also the cure, because she has powers, she deals with it, she makes everyone safe, she's their superhero. So I've been speculating maybe, 11 can be the sacrifice, that they need to make this thing just stop with Vecna and the Upside Down and everything, and maybe she just risked her life to save them. And the reason I'm saying that is because it happened before. It's not like this hasn't happened before. We seen it happen in that classroom with the Demogorgon, where she sacrifices herself for Mike and Lucas and everyone. She's done it before, and she returns. So she's no stranger to stepping in those shoes to help everyone. She did it in season 3, where she was so tired she couldn't even stand up, but she still was helping. And I can see in season 5, I can see this happen. I'm not saying it will happen, that 11 could potentially sacrifice herself to just close out everything with Vecna and the Upside Down, to make their life a little bit better. Just better. Go back to square one, how it all was. No more 11, and this is the end and everything like that, which will be very sad and emotional for me, and I'm pretty sure a lot of Stranger Things fans. Just seeing it go back to square one, no more 11. She's fully erased. She ended up getting took out, and they're back at square one with their friends. And I know Mike is going to lose it. That's another thing. I know Mike is going to be so heartbroken if that happens. It's going to crush him. We saw some leaky footage with them on the roof talking. It looked like Millie Bobby Brown was very emotional, and Mike going back and forth. Almost makes it seem like they're trying to prepare us for something, like some emotional stuff that's going to happen in this season. Maybe they're kind of venting to each other and expressing their feelings, and they're trying to just do this emotional build up for when 11 passes. I'm going to lose my shit. I'm going to tell you, if 11 passes, I don't know what I'll do, man. I'll just be like pissed, like fuck. Cause 11, her character is so cool, man. Like, she's the superhero, bro. She helps. She has a lot of depth to her character, and I think that it's just a cool character. But now I think, like I said in previous videos, Will can also be a goner, because he's so attached to Vecna and things like that. It's almost like Will is also like 11. He has to go in order for everything to go back to square one, because it started with him. He has this issue with Vecna. He's attached. Vecna's still in him. He's connected to the Upside Down. We saw it in season 4. It's almost like, bro, one of them has to go, or they can do some crazy, just wild stuff and figure out this solution to this problem and fix it together, and the core kids are safe, but the older kids have ones that pass, like Steve Harrington or something like that. But I don't see that happening. I think it's going to be someone from the kids group. I don't see them going back to that table playing D&D, with the full group, including Max and 11. I see someone missing. That's just my opinion. In general, it's going to be sad, but I know it has to happen. This is the last season. Comment down below what you all think Millie Bobby Brown meant in those interviews. Do you think she's a goner? Do you think Will Byers is a goner? Who do you think will pass in season 5? And what do you think will happen? And let me know, guys. Unfortunately, this is the end of the video. I want you all to hit me up on my social media. ILIKESCARY on Instagram, ILIKESCARY_ on TikTok, Brand on Facebook, ILIKESCARY on Twitter. And yeah, you're all right there where it says subscribe. Next to it, click join and become a member of the channel. And I will see you all in the next one. Peace out. Till next time.